Right. I mean, the question that everybody's had to ask you so far, so let's get this one out of the way first, is just what took you so long?
Oh, I had to make this movie. No, Boys Don't Cry was a fantastic experience, greatest experience of my life. I realized I needed to make movies that moved me, that were about my family, my country, that were very personal. After Boys Don't Cry, I started working on another movie, the William Desmond Taylor murder. I got it to the point, had a fantastic script that I had co-written, had Annette Bening, Hugh Jackman, Ben Kingsley, Evan Rachel Wood. We were on the 1-yard line. We were supposed to start shooting. The studio ran the numbers, and they said, look, we love this. It's a period piece. We would love to see the $30 million version. We would like to pay for the $20 million version. So it's not an unusual experience for a filmmaker. And, you know, it's always good to hit a wall every now and then. And what you do is, I mean, what I did was I picked up my camera and I went out and I started filming soldiers and their families. And I started working on this movie. So it was, that was the next thing that I did and just poured my heart into it. And this is what I have.
You are never going to make a light, sweet, romantic comedy, are you?
It's not true. I'm actually writing a romantic comedy right now.
Okay, but it'll have a twist.
Well, it's going to have a twist. That's definitely sure. But it's in the vein of Woody Allen and Almodovar.
Okay, very good. I was watching this movie thinking about a lot of things because I think it's very thought-provoking. But I'm also thinking there are a lot of younger people who get their news by going to the movies.
Right.
They're not really educated in a lot of like what's happening in the world. This to them, because I believe a lot of it's very real,
yeah.
It will feel real to them and it will scare them, and I think it will open a lot of young eyes.
Yeah.
That's a goal of yours, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is a very personal movie for me. I was in New York for 9/11. I unfortunately saw the towers fall. It was devastating to me as it was to everybody else. I went to vigils for the victims. America went to war. I knew that I needed to tell the story of this generation. These young people who were signing up, mostly for patriotic reasons, to defend their home, their country, and their family, and who were going over there with the best intentions, and realizing a big thing about war that nearly every soldier that I talked to told me, and that was that when you get over there, it's about survival and it's about camaraderie. It's about protecting the soldier to your left, the soldier to your right, and bringing them home safely. And I knew that we needed to make this from the soldier's point of view. That meant it had to be a movie that would appeal to young people because they were the ones who were going to be the barometer of its authenticity. An older generation certainly could tell you if it was like most wars, but a younger generation could tell you if it was like this war and this combat experience and the appetites and the desires of these young people who are fighting and wanting to come home and resume their lives.
You end this movie with statistics.
Yes.
You felt, obviously, that it was important to let America know what we might not know otherwise.
Right. Well, right, and that's that over 650,000 people, Americans, have fought in the Iraq and the Afghanistan conflicts, and over 81,000 soldiers have been stop-lost, which is the involuntary extension of a soldier's term of contract. And it's breaking a lot of hearts. It's unfortunately killing a lot of soldiers. And the thing is this. These people have gone over there. They've volunteered for their country. They've fought. They've bonded together, you know, in camaraderie. They're coming home, and they want to resume the lives they left behind. That's what they want. So, you know, I think when you talk to the soldiers, they'll tell you right now it's a backdoor draft if you keep sending them back.
I have about 30 seconds left to ask you one last question, and that's this. When the movie starts, it's very violent and very war violent, and I thought, okay, 15 or 20 minutes, I didn't know if I could handle if it was more.
Right.
And even though it ends and you go on to tell the story, that violence never leaves your head.
Well, it's interesting, the opening that we have where you're with the boys in their point of view as they're fighting and as they're trying to protect one another, it was absolutely necessary to bringing you inside the soldier's point of view. And of course, they carry that with them, just like all of our soldiers now carry everything that they go through in these combat experiences with them, even as they try to reassimilate and go back to the dance hall where they're going to dance and, you know, the ranch where they're going to shoot up the wedding presents. It's going to forever mark them.
But it's, my point is, and I'm out of time, but
sure.
It stays in your head visually. So I guess that's what you wanted to do. So.